I'm conscious.
Now what?
What's going on? Yeah, what's going on? Yeah. Hold it. What you talking about, doctor?
Peace and love, peace and love. Peace and love, soul group. And welcome to another episode of I'm Conscious Now What? I'm Derek Dunlap. And you know, it feels good. It really does. The life, it feels good when you just embrace it, accept it, and just be open to receive. Lot of energy. Whoa. Ladies and gentlemen, since Monday, there has been a lot of energy just moving around. Powerful, life-changing energy. You know, I wasn't going to even do a live broadcast about the 2017 solar eclipse because it really, I knew what it was as far as energy. You know, I knew what it was because it went mainstream. You know, what do I mean by that? Well, when things go mainstream, and let's just use the term to just keep this simple, okay? The powers that be, we'll just say that, okay? Anytime an event goes mainstream, meaning it's on the cable channels, it's trending on the internet, everybody's tuning in, the world is tuning in, that's mainstream, okay? And the power that be, all right, they want everybody to see this, okay? Now, for me, that's a reason for me to say, okay, let me turn within. Let me see this from a non-physical realm. What is it that they want us all to see? Okay, some of you will relate to that. That's a red flag. Okay, when you're conscious, that's, okay, let me turn within and see this non-physical. Let me go right to the source of energy. Because a lot of energy was withdrawn from Earth. I'm going to touch on it a little bit, and then I'm going to play a video with you guys and girls in our soul group that I just found this morning. I hadn't seen any videos about this. I wasn't even online during this time. I didn't participate in this for my choice. Okay. And let me tell you what happened this morning, and then we'll get right into the video. I had a lucid dream this morning, and it was so profound. And in this lucid dream, I was sitting what seems to be like a high platform. It wasn't a mountain. It wasn't made out of rocks. It wasn't made out of wood. It was just a very high, I'll just call it platform. And I wasn't by myself. There were other, I'll just say, souls around me. Because I wasn't conscious of a physical body, but I was conscious of awareness around me. Okay. And we were just looking up. We were just looking up. And I'll just say, to make this simple, into the heavens. That's a word that a lot of people are very comfortable with. And there was a beautiful light show going on, an energy light show. Just all various assortments of light. I'm talking gold light. I'm talking white light. I'm talking yellow light. I'm talking red and green and blue. Just a beautiful light show. I mean, it had all of I was so lucid in this dream. Oh, it was lucid. It was beautiful. ladies and gentlemen. And out of nowhere, this light show just ceased. And the dreamscape or the heavens changed instantly with a flash. And in the instant, we were viewing what seemed like the closest thing I could describe them as planets. Like a universe zeroed in. You know how you go to Google Maps, and when Google Maps first comes on, everything looks like it's from, like a satellite from very far away, but then you can zoom in and, zoom in on it. It looked like it zoomed in on planets, beautiful planets. And then the dreamscape would just change again real fast. And then we're seeing stars, and it'll change again. And then we're seeing like land and like life, and it'll change again. And then we get this perception of just looking through a very, very powerful lens, but it was so real. And every time it would change, we were, you guys know what I mean? Like, just mind-blowing images. And out of nowhere, it just kind of like glitched out, and half of the screen was night, and the other half of the screen, I'm trying to pronounce it like a screen, but it was like a projection, a huge projection. I just call it the heavens. But half was light, and half was darkness, and it was like glitching. And it would go to night, then it'd come back to light. And we kind of was looking like, wait a minute now. And this was a lucid dream. It kind of threw us like, wait a minute. Because we got caught up into the different realities. We got caught. We were hooked for a minute. It was like, making love to our minds. We were gone. We were blitzing. And then it just glitched out. Like something went wrong. And I woke up. And I was still kind of lucid. I was just alive, ladies and gentlemen. And I said, higher self, discern this. See, when I don't understand my lucid dreams and my out-of-body experience, I instantly go, higher self. This intelligent beingness that I have access to, that I accept as being a part of me. I go to it. Discern this for me. Why did I see this? What are you trying to say? Now, while all of this was happening, I had totally, that was Monday, forgot about this solar eclipse. Wasn't even on my radar, And my higher self said the lights and the light shows that you'll be witnessing in the sky are from, I'm trying to discern this. Because I'm going to keep it real with you guys. I didn't even write this lucid dream down. Usually I do. So I'm trying to pull it back up now. And I'm probably going to lose 50% of this. Okay. So just take this as a grain of salt. All right. Because now I'm trying to pull with my mind now, and I'm live. So this probably won't be accurate, but it went something like this. I keep it simple. Don't be deceived by the stars falling in the sky to the earth. It's a show. It's a light show. It's going to be oohing and awing, but don't be deceived by this, or don't, you know what I'm saying? Take it with a grain of salt. Enjoy the show, but don't be deceived by it. It was something to that nature, ladies and gentlemen. So when I woke up, I was like, shit, oh man, I got to tell my soul group this. And so instinctively, I jumped on the internet. And I want to share a video with you guys, the first video that popped up when I went right to the internet. Because in my case, when I'm lucid and 3 density coming out of a lucid dream, everything just lines up. I didn't know at the time this morning that there were any other souls that felt or received the same information that I was getting. I didn't know. So what did I do? I go to the artificial intelligence, type in some things, and I just want to share something with you guys. Then I'm going to give you my 2 cents on this, and then we're going to open up the phone lines. Okay, I love you guys. This is why I'm sharing this information. And once again, this is just from my perspective. All right, let me share this screen. Okay, we should get the matrix for a minute. Yep, let's share this screen. This is the first video.
Shadow that's setting in around us is making it feel like a weird twilight that I've not seen before. You know what I'm saying? It feels like it's sunset. And shadows are in the wrong place. And shadows are in the wrong place.
There's already something going on up there. Oh my gosh. How can that be? It's only 1:26. Oh my God. So early. I don't understand this. It's 1:30 here in Cincinnati, and this is supposed to happen at 2:30.
People waking up, ladies and gentlemen.
It's 1:30 here in Cincinnati, and this is supposed to happen at 2:30.
No moon nowhere, ladies and gentlemen.
What is going on? Where's the moon? There is no moon in the sky today at all. There hasn't been a moon at all. Oh my God, what is it doing?
That's the oohing and the ahhing. See, you get caught up and you'll miss it.
NASA, you guys are such liars. Look at it shifting.
Look at that up at the top, ladies and gentlemen.
There's no moon up there. That's not the moon.
So it's 4:30.
Damn.
And the eclipse happened with the supposed moon.
Another person. These are live videos from cell phones. Cell phones are captured.
But for some reason, you can't see the moon. Once the moon left the path of the sun, you couldn't see it at all, which makes absolutely no sense to me.
Uh-oh.
And the moon's supposed to be in the new moon phase, and you shouldn't be able to see it at all, supposedly.
He said supposedly.
Something huge there. I mean, there's something huge. It ain't the fucking moon. Oh, excuse my language, everybody.
Wow. Don't get caught up in the wording, ladies and gentlemen. Don't get caught up in the wording. Look at the hologram, ladies and gentlemen. Look at the technology. Look at the light show. Look at sorry for the unbelievable. Look, just out of nowhere. There's all the energy being released soul group. Look at all of the energy. Look at all of the energy that they siphoning from the earth. Look at the holographic light show. Look at the light show. It just stayed there. Incredible technology now. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is the technology. This is my first time seeing such great technology that now they have this artificial intelligence that is able to block out the light from what we call the sun. This is technology. This is a light show. This event right here is even in some of the historical books that try to explain stuff that would be going. This is a light show. This is not nature. Nature has a different feel of energy. Those of you who are very, very sensitive to energy, ladies and gentlemen, I get up every single day at sunrise and I go down at sunrise. I've been doing this now for a while. I'm very sensitive to energy. And this energy that I'm pulling just from this video now, I wasn't out in this in person as it was happening in the now. That was not in my present moment. The energy that I'm pulling off of this video, I know it's artificial intelligence. It's a hologram. It's giving you the illusion of night and day. Okay, they just playing with it. So that's why there's flaws in it. Like, you know, what they say is the moon stayed on the picture too long. Because if it was organic, if it was based off of the rotation or the orbiting of the moon and the earth, it's going to be in a certain, what's the word? A certain rotation, it'll almost be perfect. There won't be any hesitations or glitches or, you know what I mean? It's just perfect timing. What I'm searching for, it'll be perfect rhythm. It'll just be a transition from dark and then a little light will come through. And that moon, if it was what they call a moon, would have just moved on. You see what I mean? And in order for this moon to even come, I won't give my opinion on this part. You guys seen the movie, and there's a link of this video in the description box.
Wow.
You know how much energy was siphoned from the earth? Free energy. You know how much energy these beings are releasing? These souls are releasing? You know how much energy? This goes all the way back. What you're just witnessing is you got two opposing sides in this game of life. This is a game. It's a game. But it's a next level game that a lot of people are waking up to. This is next level in consciousness. This has been going on since the beginning of the books that were writing about the black sun. You know, in the night, in the day, in the beginning, there was darkness, and then let there be light, and it was. Okay, what you're seeing here in 2017 is like a remaking of some of these historical events, showing off the technology, the artificial intelligence, the control. And you can even, depending on, you can take this so many ways. You know, I don't want to paint any negative pictures. You can take all of this energy and turn this event into whatever you want it to be. It could be very enlightening for you. You know what I mean? It could be it can help your ascension. It could cripple some of you if you attach fear to this. But this energy here, this is like I just call it an energy siphon. But if I was here live, oh man, I would have utilized some of this energy that's just being released. I would have just charged my entire being and just shot out of my body somewhere. Dude, there's so much emotion and energy attached. This was a global energy siphon from the earth. And if you're playing this game of life, or you're starting to play this game of life from an immortal perspective, right? Knowing that you are energy and energy never dies. You know there's two opposing sides. Right? It's a game. It's a hell of a game. Hell of a game. Hell of a game. And this is like fourth quarter in this game. When this particular game will come to an end, and then I'm sure there'll be other games or other events. But these are two opposing sides, polarity, light and darkness. And what darkness did in 2017 was just put out the light. It overshadowed the light. It's a sign in the sky, soul group. It's a sign. Okay? And depending on what opposing team you are on, I'm a light being. I know I'm a light being because I project light and darkness. I've witnessed and participated and explored several times with my light that comes from my crown. And it's not blue. It's not a blue light. It is a white light. Not the white that we see in 3D. I'm a light being. I know this. I get up with the sun. Okay, but there are beings that love the dark. Okay? And they just took what you can call a stand. They just took a stand, ladies and gentlemen. You can see this any way you want to. Wasn't no moon that did that. Didn't no moon do that. That's artificial intelligence at its finest. That was the holographic technology that I've been talking about. Stop this sharing for a long time. For a long time. And it's here. And this is a beautiful time. For some of you, this particular game in the Matrix is almost over. It was like a last stand. You know, I'm pulling this information now. It was like, you know, a bully taking his last stand. Let me put out this light. Let me show him how powerful we are. Put out this light for a minute. It's a game, ladies and gentlemen. It's the game of life. We're playing this game in the Matrix. Some of you are light beings and some of you gravitate towards the darkness, the polarity in this game. It is what it is. The power of the hologram is here. It has arrived. A very, very powerful technology that's being utilized right now in this transition that we're going through. The light beings are waking up. This is a very special time. It's just, how do you perceive it? Are you getting caught up in the light show? Giving up unnecessary energy, unnecessary emotion? Or are you seeing it for what it truly is? Can you see through the matrix yet? How can you use some of this energy that was just siphoned? Just talk about it. Take the energy, reattach your energy to this energy like I'm broadcasting now, and just give your perspective of it. So it's not so one-sided. And I think I thank the souls all over the globe who, you know, gave their real perspective. You're going to hear a lot of different perspectives on this. I'm just telling you, you know, you're going to hear the Christians' perspective. You're going to hear the Muslims' perspective. You're going to hear the light beings' perspective. All I'm trying to say is today that there was not what we call the moon did not block out the sun. What we call the moon, the shiny ball that we've been, you know, the hologram that we've been seeing in the sky did not float over in front of what we call the sun in 2017. That's all I'm saying. You know, and I can't say it any humbler than that. That was some bull manure, what they projected on national TV. And just from my perspective, just to steal and siphon energy. See, they need this energy from us. We supply them the energy. We are the energy on planet Earth. And they running low. They running low. The powers that be, they running low on energy. So they had to take this a millionfold past concerts. You see what I'm saying? Concerts, they extract energy. When everybody's hollering and getting emotional, they feed off of that energy. You see, but this was 1,000 times. This was a global solar hologram. This was your first hologram technology event live. Even the president was out there. Even Donald Trump was out there looking, you see. You know, this was a great show in this game called life. And I'm just playing the game. I'm playing the game to the best of my ability, but I don't take things as serious as I used to, because I'm looking from the perspective of I'm immortal, but I volunteered to come to Earth in this form and be attached to this body. Now, what I'm getting from some of my incarnations, which I now remember 4 of them, and I'm sure there was a lot more. I had to learn how to love again. I had a lot of hate in me, even coming into this incarnation. I had a lot of hate in my heart. I was not coming from my heart space at all. I was stuck in my root chakra. I was in survival mode. I didn't love myself. I had lost that love for myself, my I amness. I had lost my identity when I reincarnated into this physical body. I forgot who I was. I'm just being honest. I have nothing to hide. And that's okay. I forgot who I was. I forgot my power. I forgot my true identity. I bought into the game, literally. I'm going to open up the phone lines. That's my take on it. My take was it was a lot of energy extracted from a lot of powerful light beings, because we've all, I mean, ever since Bubba's last live stream, I haven't even been on the internet. I was so charged up from the clearing that Brother Bubba did last Wednesday. I wasn't trying to let go of that energy. But now that I saw these videos this morning was the first time I even saw these videos. You know, we don't have television in our home. We stream everything. So we choose what we want to look. So I was just totally cut off from this. And when I saw this morning, I'm like, oh man, I got to go live. I got to at least give my perspective to my soul group, our soul group here. And I want to open up the phone lines because I want to see if anybody else want to get their take on this event. The phone lines are open right now. 734-230-2744. And as you guys, while we're waiting on the calls, if there will be calls today, if you're wondering why I'm not projecting my holographic image as I used to, is because I just feel like there were too many different frequencies attaching and changing and manipulating my physical reflection of my hologram. And this is like a very, I know some of you are like, what the F are you talking about? They have technology out there right now. I think we did a show about this, and we were talking about the holograms, where all you had to do was send in a photo or a video to this particular people. They were over in Russia. This was maybe 6 months ago. You can go back and watch that video. They would change your hologram. So if you were going through something right now that was just, you know, bringing you, you know, sadness or fear, you could just send a video or a photo to this company in Russia. They're huge now. They're huge now. And they'll just change your hologram. They'll just change your hologram, the way that you're projecting, the way that you perceive things in this present moment. And whatever you fear would just be alleviated. You see what I'm saying? Now think about this technology. We did a whole show on this probably 6 months ago. You can go into the archives of I'm Conscious Now What. We did a show about this. So if they can alleviate things with a photo or a video, then they can add shit too. And I was just attaching things that just didn't even make sense to me anymore. They began to weigh me down, and I went through a lot of experiences, ladies and gentlemen. And that's why I respect those beings. And I was warned about this, but I didn't take heed to it. You guys know I got to learn everything the hard way, you know? So people told me, man, you shouldn't show your video. You shouldn't show your face like that. And there's people that I love to death that don't show their face because of this technology that you guys witnessed on Monday, the holograms. Yeah, they putting out the sun, or they giving you the illusion of what we call the sun is going out. They up there. I've been telling you guys, they up there. People laughed at me. They up there. There's civilizations out there. There's other slave planets out there. It's not just us. And this was just them, you know, flexing on us. That's what I call it. Hey, we powerful. We put out the light. You know, that's the illusion that they're trying to give us. We'll put out your light. You see? Now, the polarity to that, you know, those of you are light beings who felt what I just felt when I said that, because my words are powerful. The polarity to what I just said, so we can feel good again, is but the light came right back, bounced right back, and put the darkness right back out. And the light is still shining. It's a game. Phone lines are open. That's my take on it. I wasn't going to speak on it. If I didn't have a lucid dream this morning, I wouldn't probably even be live streaming now, because I'm alleviating things that no longer serve me anymore. I don't do things just because anymore. And there's a lot of things, a lot of energy fields, as I'm learning, that I just don't choose to sit in anymore. And if I don't have anything, I told you guys that this a lot of times on live streams. What do I mean when I say I don't have anything? Like, if I don't get any non-physical information, if I don't have outer body experiences and just get different frequencies or energies or different experiences, then I don't like just coming on here talking from ego. You know what? We got enough of that. We got enough of that out there. So I like to, if I get something, that's what I mean. If I have a lucid dream like this morning, that was a lucid dream. My lucid dreams, you know, they are close to out of body experiences. I would say they have a little of this illusion of what I call myself and 3 density in there, but it's from higher perspective. It's more intelligent interpretation from my higher self. You know what I mean? A lot of times, you know, we get on the internet and we get so full of emotion and we get so full of who we think we are in this present moment, because we're constantly projecting We're constantly creating, you know? Let me jump over here to the chat real fast. I want to thank everybody that joined us today. I love you guys so much. I really do. Let me jump over. I really do. So I'm live at the chat. If you want to give out some hearts right now, let me see the hearts to love. And the phone lines, I know somebody has to have something to say about this. Nobody don't have anything to say about this. Any perspectives? Call me up, 734-230-2744. I know there's a little delay. There's a heart. Thank you, an individual, our first heart. Thank you so much for the hearts. Thank you, Sam. Caller coming in.
Call from Liz. To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
Hey, Liz, you're live with Derek on I'm Conscious Now What? Peace and love, sister. What's going on?
Peace and love, Derek. How are you?
I feel good. I am great. Everything is perfect. What's going on in your universe?
Okay. I want to talk. I want you to tell me why light and dark are the language we use for energy rather than high and low. Given what we have, what we're experiencing in the hologram right now, where we have the polarity, we have the duality. If I'm going to be good, then you have to be bad. So it's like the light workers suggest that if you're dark, then you're the bad one. And whereas if you say high and low frequency, it doesn't imply any physical or even illusionary physical characteristic.
I understand. I understand your perspective on that. But to answer the first part of your question, I think we use light and dark because of, I'm talking now in 2017, because of the mainstream literature that has been in publication and been, you know, in all of our homes for years and years. We call it the Holy Bible. You got the Quran. You got all of these other spiritual books. And these are the interpretations from the books that said in the beginning, you know, the light and the dark. And I think from these, even in nature, with the sun rising as the light, the sun rising, and then the darkness came in. You know what I mean? It was a very strong download that we downloaded. You know, it's just a very powerful download.
Can I give you just a little take on that?
Mm-hmm.
We know in our hologram, we have this thing with the people creating germs in the laboratory, torturing animals in the laboratory. You know, the scientists wearing their little white coats and doing all this, mixing up weapons and everything. Even if it's all an illusion, one of the things that our energy, let's say that we're low frequency and we respond to the Cowboys versus the Indians, and we respond to the North versus the South. Well, what they're doing by housing all evil in darkness in the night, I mean, half of the day is night. It's part of our reality. You even think of a zebra, you say that the dark stripes on the zebra are the evil stripes. I mean, it kind of, it goes to this, to me, it's like changing. To me, there's nothing more natural than darkness. And believe you me, I'm the kind of person that I don't even watch scary movies. I do not ever hurt people. I never have any desire to hurt people. And I get taken advantage of because people think that I'm weak because I am kind. And I hate to see suffering. Right. I hate to see emotional suffering and physical suffering. And I realized, you know, as I grow and as I learn, that I can see the manipulation. I can see that where our reality is being manipulated in our timeline, and that we're sort of asleep and really having a dream.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying, in that dream, for so many people, their consciousness of themselves are diminished by a language that really evolved at the time of the Gnostics, Christians being fed to the lions, and they took some of the scriptures and put it in the Bible, and they left others out.
Mm-hmm.
And then a lot of the scriptures were found in the 1940s. And around the tetrad of the blood moon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm saying that all that time, let's take 2,000 years, maybe the Pisces age, we're saying, yes, the next way that they derived energy was to divide night from day, black from white. And they said, okay, well, the light will be the good and the dark will be the bad. Mm-hmm. And when you look at night as the night sky, even if it is a hologram, you see a projection of what's in your mind as you see the stars, as you see the Milky Way galaxies. It's a very non-violent part of life. In other words, just like the black stripes on the zebra are not hurting the zebra, they're not projecting the evil on the zebra. You know what I'm trying to say?
I'm with you. I know your perspective. We're gonna have we're gonna have to cut you a little short, so I'm gonna give you a minute to drop. I'm right with you. I understand exactly what you're saying. You're seeing through the matrix as night is being bad and light being good. You're going to a higher frequency, but when you come into the matrix is designed and constructed in duality and polarity. So there could be no good without bad. There could be no light without dark, you see. So we're viewing this from the perspective of duality. You're pushing further toward the non-duality aspect of why do we have to see it this way? We can see it, and I'm with you. We can see it any way we choose to see it based on the energy. But in this realm that we're in, duality it got a stronghold on us. One can't exist without the other here. That's just the way it is in this reality. Thank you for calling, sister. Okay, I love you.
Thanks, Derek. Love you.
Okay, peace and love.
Bye-bye.
Peace and love. I'm going to try to get to some of you, ladies and gentlemen, who trying to call in. Let me get some of you on here. Thank you for that beautiful perspective.
If you want to text for free and send voice.
All right, phone lines back open, 734-230-2744. Mercy said in the chat, I'll get to your chat, Mercy, right after this call.
Call from
Dan.
To accept, press 1. To send a voice.
Peace and love, Dan. You're live on I'm Conscious Now. What's going on in your universe?
What do you mean by was the solar eclipse a hoax? I don't get what you mean by that.
Was it projected to be what mainstream media projected it to be? That's what I mean.
Well,
by
I mean, I saw it with like my own eyes. I do not think it was.
Ah, that was a good one. Thank you for that energy. Phone line's still open, 734-230-2744. Let me go over to the chat. We getting them now. Let me get cream on my memes out of there. Oh, it's all good, an individual. Thank you for that energy. Give me your take. We live. I'm live at the chat right now. Oh, let me get back to Marcy, ladies and gentlemen. So Marcy, a decorator, said, hey, Derek, I watched the solar eclipse and felt totally drained the next day and still don't have the energy I usually have. Marcy, that was just like an energy siphon. That's why you feel that way. All of that energy when you connect it to that global event. You see, and anytime, like I said before, as we wait for the callers, anytime mainstream pushes something like Super Bowls, like it's a big fight coming up, Floyd Mayweather versus Conor McGregor, there's a lot of energy exchanging. This energy, see, we've been bamboozled to think that currency, and now digital currency and money is the wealth, is the riches, is rich, right? Energy. See, on a higher perspective, right? As above, so below, we're in these lower vibrating levels. We're in a physical, an illusionary, holographic realm where money. See, our wealth was created through money, finances. That's the God here. But in retrospect, when you go higher in frequency and vibration, when you climb up that energy field, you will realize, right? When you tap into this immortality, this anything is possibleness. I like that word. Impossibleness. When you get into this consciousness, you'll realize very, very fast that energy is wealth. Energy exchanging. It's all about energy. Energy never dies, and you can exchange it. You can accept it. You can mold it. You can shape it. You can travel in it. You can become it. It's energy. It's an energy game. So, Marcy, that's why you deposited some energy on Monday. What up, Antonio? Peace and love to you. That's right. Health is wealth. It's all about that. Matthew says, I felt drained now. I feel good now. I got the electrical charges back. That was a huge, I am so, I'm learning and my wife is learning, and we just take, I just take direction from my higher self. Flat out, if it ain't a part of me, I ain't budging on it. I'll observe it. I'll feel the energy. But, when I'm making decisions now based on my decision, if it doesn't come through my higher self, I ain't biting on it. I ain't giving up no type of emotion or attaching anything to it. What I'm learning how to do now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just changing the energy. If I receive energy that I don't like now, and it's trying to become a part of me, but it's already tagged or it's already marked to be something to add to me, I just take that energy, right? And I reconstruct the energy. I change. I like, man, let me find the energy. I feel the energy first. I feel it. I'm saying, how is this making me feel? Is this adding to something that I'm willing and desiring right now? Because we all have our will and our desire. We're all creating 24 hours, 7 days a week in the illusion of time, right? So when some energy comes my way and I observe it, how do I observe it? Because it's trying to change the current present moment that I'm in, the energy that I'm sitting in, that I'm comfortable in, right? You can feel it when you really tap into consciousness, you become energy. So you can feel when other energies are trying to infiltrate or become or merge with you. I'm gonna get cut off by Antonio real fast. We got a call coming in. Let me catch Antonio. Peace of love, Antonio. You're live with Derek Dunlap. I'm conscious now. What? What's up, man?
Nothing much. Nothing special. I've had some interesting experience the past couple of days, but yeah. How have you been?
Oh man, I feel good. I've been off the internet for a while, and I missed that live version of the 2017 solar eclipse. I saw the first video of it, this morning after I had a lucid dream, kind of showing me the whole, dog and pony show in the sky with the holograms. You want to give your take on how this affected you? Did you actually witness this over the internet? Did you partake in this?
Yeah, I did witness it over the internet, but I'm not that in tune with energy and stuff like that. I'm just a beginner at that, so I didn't really feel that much when I witnessed it. But today has kind of been weird, and yesterday, because I've just kind of been feeling weird. It's like something about this I don't know, reality has changed a little bit, and I feel like something is off, something that is different from how things used to be.
Well, let me guide you through this so I can get right to the information that I want to extract out of you right now, because I'm curious. Now, is this something that you're feeling from within, or is this something that you're projecting based on the energy that you took in from the event? Or do you know the difference? Or do you even know the difference, like the source of where you're receiving this energy from?
I'm not sure I can tell the difference because not that experienced. But from what I can see, and like, I feel that it's coming from within me. Like something's just different. I'm getting a different feeling of the things that are around me.
Like what? Give us an example. Like what? You're saying it, but bring us a little closer. What's around you that you feel different by?
Okay, so for example, somehow the situations that I'm in are changing. It's I don't know how to explain it. I'm not
like
sure
what?
if I can give an exact example.
Yeah, just like what? Just keep it basic. Like some of the situations around me are changing. Like, you know what I mean? When I go outside, the wind feels cooler, or just give us something that we can kind of connect to.
With going outside, I go outside and just not speaking to people, but when I'm outside, things feel different as a whole.
Okay.
Not sure. Yeah, and I don't know. That's what I feel for now. Like, I'm not that deep within myself, so I don't. It might just be me thinking that it's like that, but yeah, at least that's my opinion on it for now.
Okay, brother. Thanks for calling in, though. Thanks for attaching to this energy.
Yeah.
Peace of love to you.
Though.
Peace of love.
Okay, peace of love.
Oh man, Antonio, my brother. Thanks for calling in. I was on the run, but I wanted to give that young soul, that brother, a chance to get on the platform. I was on the roll, and if I can, I would try to pull up where I was going before the phone call. But anyway, I'm gonna drive this home because I don't, everything else from this point for me will be conscious chatter, and I told you guys on a previous live stream that I'm just going to be just doing things just a little different on this channel. I'm still juggling if I should start a new channel and attach this new channel to this new energy that I'm playing with and that I'm experiencing, or because see, I like the flow of I'm conscious now what? I come to I'm conscious now what? To receive a certain kind of energy that I can ground in, and kind of like, no matter what I'm going through, right? I realize the power of our soul group, and so I really don't want to mess with the energy that we generate here. This is like a soul rescue group. You know what I mean? Like if we go too far, or we get knocked down, or something we don't understand, or if we need clearing, I added the conscious chatter to kind of put a little variety to the information here. But I'm conscious now what was derived from raising the level of consciousness one soul at a time, providing a platform where you could call in and just let us know, what you're going through, so we can give our perspective and just exchange energy. That's exactly what it is. So I don't know if I'm gonna start a new channel and do a little more chatty patty in perspective, analyzing other people's perspective type of thing, because I like playing in that now. I like, just like I did the video today, I like to take a perspective and just give my perspective on it. because we have infinite ways of seeing things now. We no longer have to just take away. This is the way it should be. No, that's your perspective. And hey, I can see that. I appreciate that. I can see how you see that. But have you looked at it this way? You see? And that's where a lot of souls are. They get very uncomfortable from perspective. And you can, and it's not judging. You know, if you feel like it's judgment when people identify the frequency that you're on, then that's just the way you're receiving the energy. You know what I mean? Like you heard me say, you can construct energy to be whatever you want it to be. Just like this solar eclipse. Some people got fear from this. You see what I mean? Some people took this and, oh my God, everything is over. They projected it. And that's what they turn this energy into. Some people, like light beings, bliss from this. Oh, yes. Yes, change is coming. You know, you heard that. Then even the flat earthers jumped in there. See, I told you. I told y'all all along that we live on a flat earth. See, there wasn't no moon. You see how you can get so much from this energy? You can make this energy anything you want it to be. But the powers that be, that's my new word. So they can leave me alone. But we know what's going on. The powers that be wanted to project this as a specific event in order to extract that energy that they so need, because they survive off of it. They can't live without it. And they're not just yet ready to let us out of the entrapment that we incarnated into. They're not just ready to release all of this energy for eternity. They're not just ready for the game to end. Right? Right? Yeah, they hey, if I could just get one more right card, if I could just hang on to this, let me put out this light. Let's pull out some of the big guns in technology. And I'm telling you guys, I don't have to tell a lot of you. What you view as reality here in this holographic illusion of what we call the life in 3 density, shit is going to change. So look, just be ready. If you're holding on to something, if your hand is closed on anything physical now, you know, if you're hanging on to what you call the life by something physical, oh man, you better open up your hand. You better release that, because things are going to be changing at the speed of sound. Yeah, man, we ascending. You know, you're going to be able to experience so many different things. I mean, the technology is about to get better. You can go either way. You can go organic, or you can be assist by technology. It's always your choice. Nobody's going to force you to do anything. Some of you are going to take these new chips. Some of you aren't. Some of you are going to be, you know, in different energy realities based by vibration, period. Once we hit the non-physical realms, we are just separated simply by vibration. Infinite different vibrations, which we just learn to call realities, different projections of the life. And as soon as you hit non-physical, I mean, you're just sliced up by what you believe you are and your vibration, and to make it simple, by your consciousness. You're separated by your consciousness, what you're conscious of, which kind of places you on a certain frequency based on what you believe and what you have experienced. Yup. Yeah, so there's no matrix game, not like how we experience it now when you hit that non-physical realm, but you have choices to make. And it's better to go as far as you can with this cord attached to you with this physical body. Go as far as you can. Go as far, and I've even heard, now I haven't experienced this, and I know My experiences are based on my consciousness, and I have so much more to learn. But you'll hear me say this, and maybe this is limiting me. You see? You'll hear me say this sometimes. I can only go so far. Maybe that's me painting this picture that I can only go so far, and that's the reason why I can't break through that threshold. I'm open to that. I'm open to that. Maybe this cord is infinite. You know, maybe it never runs out. I don't know. But it's a beautiful game when you see it for what it is, whatever it might be to you in this present moment. I don't expect for yours to be exactly like mine, and I hope you don't expect for me to see the life exactly like you do. Right? You know, we'll probably agree like they're projecting this eclipse every hundreds of something years, you know? Just be open to just take the time to see what we call the life from someone else's point of view or perspective. And if it lines up or you can get something from it, cool. If you can't, give it no more thought. Give it no more energy. Don't be so easily moved by these illusions, because what it does is, I don't know if you guys are like me. We work so hard in the physical to just create and find this little space that we can, you know, I use the word that we can just chill at and just find some centeredness and some beingness, and we can breathe and just come alive and connect, right? And as soon as we get used to that, it's just on my journey, right? Here comes something that just blows us right out of alignment, right out of that space. Is usually emotionally, or we might see something or experience something physically, and we attach a bunch of emotion to something, and we right back out of alignment, waiting on something, a sign or something. Oh shit, something gonna happen. And I even look at that, you know, saying that gives me this visualization that I had of this ant. This is way out in left field, but I'm gonna bring it home. I was out in my yard, and I was filling up the bird feeders with bird seed, and I saw this little bitty ant. I mean, this ant was tiny. It wasn't even a black ant. It was like one of those little brown ants, very small ants. And this ant was in this huge oak tree. And it was kind of weird. It was a lot of leaves, but as soon as this ant would like make progress on this one particular leaf, I guess it's the way the leaf was slanted or positioned around the other leaves, it would be walking on this particular leaf. And I was watching this ant. I had zeroed in on this ant. I was giving this ant my awareness because it was a lesson for me to learn from this ant, which I can connect to some of our experiences in 3D. But this ant would get great momentum on his leaf, which was huge to this ant. This leaf had to be the size of like you to this ant, you leaving your home and walking shit across the state to how big this ant was. And as soon as this ant gets some momentum and almost makes it off this leaf to the next leaf, it will fall all the way back down to the bottom leaf. And it kept having to start over, right? And what I did was I put my consciousness inside of like that little ant, and that tree projected to be this big physical universe from the perspective of this ant. This ant had no idea there were probably, 300,000 or 400,000 leaves, just like the leaf that he was on that was open for this ant to experience. But this, as soon as this ant got some momentum, it will fall back to the leaf that was based under the higher leaf. So how do I compare that to my life? I get in this space where I start getting comfortable. I start getting some momentum going. I start feeling enlightened and everything is perfect. And something just comes out of nowhere and whoosh, right? But what makes this bitter so sweet to me is I saw all of the opportunities that ant had that was just waiting for it to explore. From the perspective of that ant, it was infinite all around him. And all he had to do was just keep crawling. Just keep seeking. Just don't give up what we perceive as giving up. Just keep going, keep living, keep experiencing, keep exploring. If you get knocked down, or if it's a perception of you being knocked down, then hey, I'm supposed to be here right now. Well, let me just start from here today and keep working my way towards what we call enlightenment, which I think is infinite. Until we reach back to what we call or what we perceive as the source, which is infinite from my perspective, I'm learning how to create. Wherever I fall, I just start creating again. I never stop creating. I never stop now to turn around and say, look what I'm creating. I just experience it. And it's so amazing because you see all of your creations showing up in 3 density, stuff that I created 6 months ago, stuff that I thought about 2 years ago, stuff that I thought about. It's so freaking amazing because some things manifest faster than other things. But because I'm lucid and I try to stay in the present moment, I'm seeing stuff that I spoke into existence 6 months ago, just come right in and manifest. Me and my wife had some beautiful manifestations, and we are lucid. My wife is so, oh man, I don't know what I would do without her divine feminine energy, because she just speaks things into life. And her will and her desire, when she focuses on something, it must come to pass. I've never seen anyone focus like my wife focuses on each individual task. And I remember her speaking one of these manifestations. She said it verbatim. And the mail came in. What was this? This was last week. She opened up the envelope and I could see it in her eye. I told you, honey, here it is. I told you just to be strong. I told you how powerful you were when you believe something and visualize something and say something and attach your life force energy to what you believe. Here it is. Come look. I walked over there and I could just see it in her eye, and I removed a piece of paper from her hand and boom, manifestation. You see, I don't ask the universe for to be a multi-millionaire, or universe, send me $40 million. Or universe, I don't do that no more. That's not my will and desire anymore. Let me tell you where I am, where I get the most bliss from, right in this present moment. You know what I asked the universe? I said, universe, or higher self, whatever you want to call it, just give me enough so I can share. That's my wish in everything. Just give me enough so I have enough to share. And that little piece of paper, once again, was just enough for me and my wife to, share with our family and the animals and people who are in need. Never fails. Never fails. And so it's been good today. I love you guys. I really do. And I just don't want you guys to take this new energy that I'm playing with the wrong way. It's not that I feel some kind of way when I do the live streams. I know when we first kicked off I'm Conscious Now What, we were more robotic with it, kind of like a television show. And there's nothing wrong with that. I'm actually thinking about starting a channel that's more robotic, more, that you guys could just tune into at a certain time. But what we develop with I'm Conscious Now What is not the energy, at least for me, that helps me to heal when it gets too robotic. We got a little intimate group. We've been going for a year, and I can count 3 hacklers that jump on here every now and then, and try to siphon some energy, try to get some emotion from us. You see, we don't feed into it. Thanks for the energy, bro. I love you. I appreciate you. You ain't getting none of mine. You ain't gonna get me mad and start, you know, feeding off of me. Yeah, I love you. And they just hang up. Peace and love, soul group. Enjoy this present moment. It's always what you create. It's always what you say it is. Even if it's projecting. Listen, we're so powerful when we just connect to this energy that we are. We can change shit with the speed of thought. It could project. I mean, on Monday, it showed you. It could project one way and be a whole nother thing. So I just want you to open up your consciousness and see what happened Monday, how some people cashed in on energy. A lot of people lost a lot of energy. Some people cashed in on, you know, I just say courage or love. And some people just added fear. This is all a part of the game that we play, the game of life, the life that we project in this physical reality. You see, I've discerned that there's two lives. At least what I'm dealing with. There's a physical life that's being projected from a hologram. It projects to be a life from its origin source, which is you, your light body. Your light body is projecting your hologram, and the information is coming, it's being siphoned down from your higher self, which is connected to source. So there's a life that I'm projecting that I have fun knowing that, you know, and this is my own mind fuck. See, I'm tired of them, you know, projecting this is what I believe. My physical is a projection. It's a hologram. It's projecting from my light body. This is how I visualize it. It's a little delay from my physical reality to my non-physical reality. And what I've learned how to do is I create everything from my non-physical reality first, which takes visualization and sitting with yourself and just, you know, bearing down and say, look, what do you want to create? There's no way around it. It's getting by yourself, shutting yourself in. And from this point right now, what do you want to create in this reality now? You have to ask yourself that, and you will become lucid, and you will start to think of what do you will and desire right now. And you focus on it and you see it, narrow it down to one specific thing and give it your will and your desire and your awareness. And it must come to pass. The only thing that I add to this, and I'm going to let you go, is be very, very, very aware of what you ask for, what you will, and what you desire. Because you're going to get it. And it might not manifest. Depending on your focus and your visualization, 9 times out of 10, it won't manifest the way you think it's going to come through when it becomes physical. So be open to receive. And I love you just the way you are. You don't have to change anything. But if you must change anything about you, just be open to receive.